call this meeting to order and state that this meeting is being held in compliance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231. It was properly noticed, it's been posted and certified by the clerk. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hopatcong.
Here.
Ms. Johnson.
Here.
Ms. Roberts.
Here.
Mr. Schindler.
Here.
Mr. Smith is absent. Mr. Young.
Here.
Mayor Francis.
Here, please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America,
and to the republic
for which
it
stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in a moment of silence for the unfortunate people in the Ukraine. Thank you. All right, there are no proclamations tonight. Committee reports. Dawn, I'll start with you.
All right, thank you. I just want to remind everyone, if you need something from the county, the Journey bus will be here next Tuesday, March 8th. Let me just get the time. That'll be here from 1 to 3 p.m. And on Thursday, March 10th, we have the Center for Prevention coming. That'll be from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. They're getting traction with walk-ins. So they've been doing walk-ins and that's been working out well. So there's no appointment needed. Feel free to walk in anytime between 3 and 7 p.m. here at the community center. And if you need anything from the Center for Prevention, they are here and available to you. I also want to mention that on behalf of Hope and Serenity Recovery Center, who we're partnered with, they have a fundraiser going for Ukraine, and we will be a drop spot here at the community center. The organizer is one of the counselors at the other community center who we're partnered with. So if anyone would like to participate in that, I know there's a lot of fundraisers going on. This has been verified as a viable distributor to get supplies over to Ukraine. So if anyone has any questions or they would like to drop something off here at the community center, feel free to call myself or Doreen, and we can give you all the details on what would be good to donate. It's just too long of a list to go into that here, and too much information to retain all in this one meeting. So any questions, please call us here at the community center, myself or Doreen, and we can fill you in on what's needed and the hours that you can drop items off. And those items will be shipped directly through their portal. We could tell you all about the fundraiser, who the distributor is, and then any questions that you have, and then they will pick everything up next week with the intention of shipping everything by the end of next week. So I just wanted to put that out there on behalf of us here at the community center and the Hope and Serenity Community Center. And that's it for now, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Brad, you're up.
Mayor, I would just like to point out to the council and the public that on our agenda tonight is a resolution appointing Captain Megan McCluskey to the position of Chief of our Hopatcong Police Department. First, let me say that if approved by council, which I highly recommend as your police commissioner, Megan McCluskey will be the first female chief in Sussex County. It has been a pleasure working with her, and I believe she's highly qualified to take over the reins. She has been responsive to the numerous requests made by all members of our police committee, which also consists of Councilman John Young and Ryan Smith. Appointment of Megan as chief sends a message that Hopatcong is progressive, diversified, and is constantly adapting. All of us on the council, along with Mayor Francis, are dedicated to ensuring that our police department is a reflection and is inclusive of all of our residents. To that end, I ask members of our council to vote yes on this resolution. As a side note, if Captain McCluskey is voted in as our new police chief tonight, let me be the first to invite all of you to our next council meeting on Wednesday, March the 16th, starting at 6:30 p.m. at Fire Department Number 3 at 43 Hopatcong Road. The swearing-in ceremony for Megan will follow after a shorter version of our normal council meeting on that night. That's all, Mayor. Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. Rich, you're up.
I just want to reiterate what Rodley was saying about Megan McCluskey. It's hopefully everything, she'll be a great chief. Otherwise, I have nothing else.
Thanks, Rich. John, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I'd also like to ditto Brad's comments and look forward to working with her. From the Environmental Commission, with the weather breaking, our beautification committee will be out soon doing their flower stuff. Also, sometime in March, we'll be changing the display in the Borough hallway. I mentioned last meeting that this year was the 50th anniversary of the Environmental Commission. And just as a note, it actually started out as the Conservation Commission. And somewhere in the late 80s, I believe the name was changed. We had some discussion about Witten Park. We had a lot of discussion about the lake and the HABs. We've decided to combine the Rain Garden commemoration and the National Trails Day hike, which will be on June 4th. We're combining those two events, do the commemoration and then the hike. And we had some discussion about trail maintenance and the fall festival, which will be coming in October. From the Police Range Committee, just want to let everybody know that there's a bill on the bill list. And this is for the largest part of construction of that facility, which was done over the years of 2019, 2020, and 2021. This was the largest part of construction. And a couple other things not related to any committee. And I'm sure Jen will have more to say, but from our high school sports, we have a couple of positive notes. Our high school basketball team made it to the States and they won their first game. So they're headed into the next round. And this is the first time our basketball team has made the States in about 10 years. Also, our high school senior and wrestler, Mike Mastroeni, has qualified for the States, and he is on his way to the state wrestling tournament held in Atlantic City, which will start tomorrow. That tournament runs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So best of luck to both Mikey and our entire basketball team. Those are both good things. And lastly, again, not from any committee, but I just kind of want to remind everybody to drive safe. With the weather breaking, there's a lot more people going to be out jogging and walking, and especially the walkers. They're not always watching where they're going. They're usually got their head down. So just please, everybody, be mindful of that and drive safe. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, John. Jennifer, you're up.
Hi, thank you. So I'm gonna go off of John. I wanted to wish congratulations to the Hopatcong boys basketball team on making it to states. I actually had to change it because they made the conference and now they're in the States. They won their first game yesterday. The girls basketball team also won their conference, which was amazing. Unfortunately, they had a loss last night, but they played awesome and had a wonderful season. The Hopatcong Chiefs cheerleading squad made second place and a zero deduction routine in the Reach the Beach Nationals. That's amazing. I wanted to congratulate all of the wrestlers. There was Tommy Feinberg, Mikey D'Amelio, and Mike Mastrioni, who made it to both, who won their, I think Tommy and Mikey were second and third in districts, and Mike made it to states. And also to Christy Brennan for hitting 2,000 points in her high school basketball career. That is an amazing, amazing accomplishment. I spoke with Dr. Piccirillo last Wednesday. There is no update from Alpha Best yet, but I wanted to thank him for starting the ball rolling. So there's something for the kids this summer. As a facility update, they started the wraps. I don't know if you guys have noticed, if you drive by the high school, they started wrapping the fences. They started doing that in the schools, on the beams, with student athletes on the pillars, and the athletic training room is getting updated. They're working on the baseball dugouts. They're really working hard to increase morale of students, athletes, and parents, and a sense of pride. The teachers and administration are working very hard to create positivity in the schools. Dr. Piccirillo made a point of letting me know that he knows that there are still issues with the bus, but he does speak every day with the bus company to resolve it. Be patient and email him with any questions or comments. Their budget meeting is on March 14th. Then there will be a preliminary hearing, and it is finalized in April. And I also wanted to mention, on a personal note, that I have set up a humanitarian aid collection for the Ukraine this Saturday and Sunday, March 5th and 6th, from 9 to 2 at Hopatcong Middle School. I will be there collecting all different kinds of things. Go to my Facebook page. It is on all of the Facebook pages. I am accessible also over my email. And I know that there was an article that just went out, and there are a lot of things that they need. This company, Meest, they're a shipping company. They ship directly to the Ukraine. And they are going to try and get those supplies into where they are really, really needed, into the rural areas that have just been devastated. And that is all I have.
Thank you very much. And you know, as a side note, the efforts to help our friends in the Ukraine are very important. Even at a little town like ours, with the community center and with the collection points that you're going to have at the schools, every little bit helps them people, because we don't realize how important our help is to them. So there's no administrative report tonight, and I'll entertain a motion to open the meeting to the public.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
An opportunity is given to the public for commentary. Comments are limited to one comment of no more than 5 minutes. All right, Danielle.
I don't see anybody as of yet, Mayor. Oh, Mara Modes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going back to regarding the dog park amendment that was recently passed. Since the words attendant and attendee are not defined in the ordinance, and I know what you said they were, but perhaps Mr. Urson can tell me where I can find their definitions as it pertains to the ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Danielle.
I don't see anyone else right now, Mayor.
All right. I'll entertain a motion to bring it back.
I'll
move to
make
bring
that
it back.
motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
John, can you clarify that language?
The words attendant or attendee, attendant were just indicated, put in there to indicate that if someone was assigned by the police, the animal control officer, or the council, I guess, that person would be the monitor of the park and would be able to enforce the rules. No one specific is intended. Just an opening to appoint someone if needed.
Okay, thank you. Approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of February 16th.
I'll move them.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hoppercamp,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Resolution 2022-50, approval of the bill list.
Does anyone need anything removed or discussed? Not hearing or seeing any, Mayor, I'll move the bill list in its entirety.
Second.
Second that.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hoppercamp,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
Yes.
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hoppercamp,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
yes,
Mr. Schindler,
yes,
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Ordinances, there are no introductions. Final hearing, ordinance 3/2022, funding for various water utility improvements. Bond ordinance providing for various water utility system and related infrastructure improvements by and in the Borough of Hopatcong in the County of Sussex, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1 million, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1 million bonds or note to finance the costs thereof.
So moved.
Second.
I'll open it to any questions or comments. Hearing none?
Move to bring it back.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Aye.
And this is the bond ordinance to address the PFAS issue with our water system. And this is a bond that under this grant will be 50% forgiveness on the principal by the state. Ordinance 4/2022.
We didn't vote, Mayor. Let me call the roll.
Oh, okay, call the roll. I'm sorry.
Mr. Hoppercamp,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
This is 3-2022. We're still on that one, right?
correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
yes,
Mr. Schindler,
yes,
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Ordinance 4/2022, grant funding for various water utility improvements. Capital ordinance providing for various water utility improvements by and in the Borough of Hopatcong in the County of Sussex, State of New Jersey, and appropriating $742,414.06, therefore, from grant proceeds received pursuant to the Federal American Rescue Plan to pay for the costs thereof.
So moved.
second,
I'll open that up for questions or comments. Hearing none,
I'll move to bring it back.
all in
Second.
favor?
aye,
Aye.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hoppercamp,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Roberts,
yes,
Mr. Schindler,
Yes,
Mr. Young.
Yes.
Resolution 2022-51, appointment of Megan McCluskey as Chief of Police.
Mayor, I'd like to make that motion.
I'll
I'll
second it.
second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hoppercamp,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Absolutely, yes.
Ms. Roberts,
yes,
Mr. Schindler,
yes,
Mr. Young.
Yes.
And so as we noted on March 16th at number 3 Firehouse at 6:30, we will have a council meeting then, at which time we will swear in Megan McCluskey as the first woman police chief in the borough and in Sussex County. And I'm very proud of our governing body and our police department to be able to have the ability to have someone this qualified at our police department. So that was the beginning of my comments, by the way. The COVID numbers are much better. In the month of January, we had 730 positive cases in the Borough of Hopatcong. In the month of February, we had 45 positive cases in the Borough of Hopatcong. And so to date, I think we're up to about 3. But it's indicating that something has happened and our numbers are much better. So again, the meeting, our next council meeting will be in person and we'll just take it from there. In honor or in recognition of the issues in the Ukraine, I'm going to order that our flag be at half-mast for the duration so that we can honor the brave people. You have no idea. Part of my heritage is Eastern European, so it is close to home. But when you see the bravery that people are exhibiting today, they could easily run. And their president, who was an actor, much like Ronald Reagan, I might add, is doing a really, really good job as president. He doesn't need a ride. He needs ammunition. I mean, gee whiz. And so it's going to be ugly. There'll be more bloodshed. It's going to be very unfortunate and very sad. But we need to do everything we possibly can to recognize and support these brave people that are victim of this animal in the Kremlin. It's the only way I could respectfully and civilly describe this person. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and whatever you can do to support that. However, let's do that. So again, congratulations to Megan. This is a big deal. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Good
Thanks, Danielle.
night.